ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
319!
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Stafford on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Set, 180.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On first down, it's Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So here come the Lions now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So out now come the Lions.
And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
On first down, Stafford here. Flush to his right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first down throw. Stafford dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that. Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Now Crosby for the point after. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successful. And Detroit getting set to go now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. Going for the deep. And here's another interception. The 3rd of this first quarter. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
319.
On second down, it's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. On play action, it's Rodgers. He's going to go up top. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field.
And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
You ready? Waiting.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Get 300. Get 300. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Blue 58. Zone. 319.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Set. 180.
On 1st and 10, Stafford to the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, tag 32! Tag 32!
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They stay on the ground on 1st for Johnson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Throwing on 1st down. Stafford being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Matthew Stafford, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Now Justin Coleman brings him down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
319!
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end, Graham. Packer 1st down.
Liz. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
sure that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On play action, now Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? After the interception, here's Stafford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark busting through to get him for a loss of 6. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down. So they will go for it. Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Extra point try now for Crosby. Crosby with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Detroit getting set to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. managing risk. This is a big decision here.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Right back to him on 1st down. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And Adola's got it complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey, 22! I got 19, Hurry!
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Lions on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are in for 6. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can...
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rashaan Melvin. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sideline.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone, as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Wind out. You got 58. Zoom. Green 18. Green 18. Kill. Team Mike. Kill. Got it. Zoom. Green 18.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
Green 18.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead.
And that's just another in a long line of passing touchdowns for him today. To say that he's been on fire would definitely be an understatement.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Stafford on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Stafford. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Go here!
From the gun, here's Stafford. Underneath for Johnson. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when these...
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers continue to roll. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Hey. Dash, go now.
To throw on 2nd down to Stafford. Dancing to his left. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Set! 180! Hey, go here!
Now a first down throw. Stafford buying time to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. On first down, it's Stafford. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
On the ball, on the ball.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And now running right through it. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be second and goal.
That's a nice run by Kerryon Johnson, the rookie out of Auburn who went in the second round to the Lions. And Brandon, you have to give Lions credit. They keep trying to find that running back that can be dependable for them so they don't have to use Theo Riddick as more of a third down back as their primary ball carrier.
They're certainly hoping to... And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Matthew Stafford, his third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Green 18.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers now on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Devon Kennard in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Blue 58. Strong right. Strong right. Box it, box it, box it, box it.
The give is to Jones. And an alley to run. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Oh, yeah.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
3 down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his man here. It's Green. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
319.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
58.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And caught right side, Green. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. And Crosby puts it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows, you may meet up with this team again.
34 yards there and a first down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On first down, Stafford here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun. Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards there and a first down. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end.